Hi, this is Javin Kharod, a chemical engineer by profession, going to continue our today's topic, hazard identification and assessment. Now, what is that? One of the root causes of the workplace injury, illness, and incident is the failure to identify recognized hazards that are present or they could have been anticipated. A critical element of any effective safety and health program is a proactive, ongoing process. Identify access the hazard. Identify access hazard employee and worker. They are collected and review information about hazard present or likely to be present in the workplace. Conduct initial and periodic workplace inspection of the workplace. Identify new and reoccurring hazard. Investigate injury, illness, incident, close call, near miss to determine underlying hazard, their causes and safety and health program shortcut. Group similar incident and identify trend in injury, illness and hazard reported. Consider hazard associated with emergency and non-routine situations. Determine the severity, likelihood, incident they could result for each hazard identification and use information to prioritize collective actions. Now, some hazards, such housekeeping, tripping hazard, can should be fixed and they are found fixing hazard as one of the sport emphasize important safety and health take advantage safety leadership opportunity to learn more about fixing other hazard, identify using process, describe hazard prevention and control. Now, what is action? Their action according to action item 1, collect existing information about workplace hazard. Action 2, inspect the workplace for safety hazard. Action 3, identify health hazard. Action 4, conduct incident investigation. Action 5, identify hazard associated with emergency and non-routine situations. Action 6, characteristic, nature of identify hazard, identify interim control measure, prioritize hazard for control. Now, action 1, collect existing information about workplace hazard. Information on workplace hazard may be already available employee and worker from both internal and external sources. How accomplish? Collect, organize, review information of worker to determine what type of hazard present and which worker may expose, potentially expose. Information available workplace may include equipment and machinery operating manual, safety data sheet providing chemical manufacturing, self-inspection report from insurance carrier, government agency and consultant, record previous injury and illness such as OSA and report incident investigation, worker compensation record and report, pattern of frequency occurring injury and illness, exposure, monitoring result, industrial hygiene, assessment and medical record, appropriate reacted to injured patients, worker practice, existing safety health program, lockout, takeout, confined space, process safety management, personal protective equipment, etc. Input from worker including survey to minute from safety and health committee meeting. Result of job hazard analysis, also known job safety analysis. Now, information about hazard may available outside sources such as OSA, National Institute Occupational Safety and Health, and Center of Disease Control and Prevention, website publication and alert, trade associations, labor union, state and local occupational safety and health committee, and worker advocacy group. Now, safety and health consultant. Now, action number 2, Inspect the workplace for safety hazard. Hazard can be introduced over time as workstation and procedure change equipment to become one maintenance is neglected. Housekeeping practice decline. Setting aside time to regularly inspect workplace hazard can be identified shortcomings so that they can address before incident occur. How accomplish? Conduct regular inspection of all operations, equipment, work area and facility. Have worker practice on inspection team and talk to them hazard they see report. Be sure document inspection so you can later verify hazardous condition they are corrected. Take photo, video, problem area to facilitate later discussion, brainstorming about how control them and use the learning aid. Include all area activity in this inspection such as storage and warehousing facility, equipment maintenance, purchasing and office function and activity on-site contractor, subcontractor and temporary employee. Regularly inspect the both plant vehicle, forklift, power industrial truck, transportation vehicle, car, truck, etc. Use checklist of highlight the things look for. Typical hazard fall into several major categories such as the listed below. Each workplace will have on one list. General housekeeping, sleep, trip and fall hazard, electric hazard, equipment operation, equipment maintenance, fire protection, work organization, process flow includes staffing and scheduling, work practice, workplace violence, ergonomic problem, and lack of emergency and procedure. Before changing the operation, workstation, workflow, making more organizational change, introduce new equipment, material, or process, seek input worker, and evaluate planet changes for potential hazard-related risk. Now, many hazards identify using common knowledge and available tools. Example, easily identify correct hazard associated with the broken stair, rail, fried electrical cord. Worker have very useful internal resources, especially they are trained how to identify and access the risk. Now, third one, action. Third action is identify health hazard. Identify worker exposure health hazard is typical more complex than identify physical safety hazard. For example, gases, vapor may be invincible. They have no odor. They have immediately noticeable harmful health effect. Health hazard include chemical hazard, solvent, adhesive, paint, toxic, dust, physical hazard, noise, radiation, heat, biological hazard, infection disease, ergonomic risk factor, heavy lifting, repetitive motion, vibration, review worker medical record, appropriate, reacted to injure patients, worker privacy, useful identify health hazard associated workplace exposure. Now, how accomplish it? Identify chemical hazard and product label. Identify chemical in your workplace have lower exposure limit. They are highly volatile or used in quantity unventilated space. Identify activity may result as skin exposure chemical. Now identify physiological hazard. Identify exposure excessive noise area where you have raised your voice heard by other, elevated heat indoor outdoor sources of radiation, radioactive material, X-ray and radio frequency radiation. Identify biological hazard. Determine whether worker may expose to sources infection disease, mold, toxin, poisonous plant, animal material and capable causing allergic reaction to occupational asthma. Identify ergonomic risk factor. Examine work activity that require heavy lifting work, shoulder, high repetitive motion, task with significant vibration. Now conduct quantitative exposure assessment when possible using air sampling, direct reading infrastructure. Review medical record to identify cases, musculoskeletal injury, skin irritation, dermatitis, hearing loss, and due lung disease that may relate to workplace exposure. Identify and accessing health hazard may require specialized knowledge small business can obtain free and confidential occupational safety and health advice services, including help identify accessing workplace hazard through OSHA on-site consultation program. Now, Action 4. Conduct incident investigation. Now, workplace incident include injury, illness, close call, near misses, and report other concern. Provide a clear indication whether hazard exists by through investigation, incident report. You have identified hazard, they are likely to cause future harm. The purpose investigation always be identify root causes of incident and concern order to prevent future occurrence. Now, how accomplish? Develop clear plan and procedure conducting investigation so that investigation can begin immediate when incident occur. The plan should cover items such as who will be involved, line of communication, material equipment, supply needed, reporting form and template, train investigation team, incident investigation technique, emphasize objective and open-mindedness throughout the investigation process. Conduct investigation with trained team, include representative of the both management and worker. Investigate cost call, near misses, identify analysis, root causes address, underlying program, shortcoming allowed that incident happens. Communicate the result investigation manager, supervisor and worker to prevent reoccurrence. Now, effective incident investigation do not stop identify single factor they are triggered on the incident. The ask question why, what lead to the failure. For example, pieces equipment fell. Good investigation ask how did it fail? Was maintained properly? Was it beyond the service life? How could failure have been prevented? Similar, good incident and investigation does not stop. It conclude worker made error. It asks such question. Was the worker provided with appropriate tool and time to do the work? Was the worker adequately trained and was the worker properly supervised? Now, Action 5. Identify hazard associated with emergency and non-routine situations. Now, emergency presented hazard that need recognized, understood, non-routine and infrequent tasks include maintenance and startup shutdown activity. Present potential hazard plan to procedure need to be developed, responding appropriate safety to hazard associated with the foreseeable emergency scenario and do not routine situations. How accomplish? Identify foreseeable energy scenario and non-routine task taking into account type of material, equipment, use, location where facility scenario. Such following may be foreseeable fire and explosion, chemical releases, hazardous material spill, startup planned, unplanned equipment shutdown, no routine tasks such as infrequently performed maintenance activity, structural collapse, disease outbreak, weather emergency and natural disaster, medical emergency, workplace violence. Now, sixth and last, Action 6. On 6 characteristic nature, identify hazard, identify interim control measure and prioritize hazard for control. Now, next step, access, understand hazard, identify type of incident. They could result exposure, the hazard information can develop interior control, prioritize hazard for permanent control. How accomplish it? Evaluate each hazard, consider severity of potential outcome, the likelihood any event and exposure occur, number of workers who might to be exposed, use interim control measure, protect worker until more permanent solution can be implemented, prioritize hazard. Those presenting greater risk they are addressed. Note, however, employee have ongoing obligation to control all serious recognized hazard to protect the worker. Now, risk is the product of hazard and exposure. The risk can be reduced by controlling and eliminating hazard by reducing the worker exposure hazard and assessment of risk help employee understand hazard in context of their one workplace prioritize hazard permanent control. Okay guys, this is up to our today's topic, hazard identification and assessment. I hope you get sufficient knowledge after watching this video. Next Sunday we have covered some another chemical engineering topics. Till then, goodbye. Do take good care of yourself.